let's get this out of the way right now. Yes, the Abarth 124 Spider is indeed based on the Mazda MX-5. But if you think all they've done is added a body kit and a couple of extra decals, you'd be very much mistaken. Abarth is the performance arm of the Fiat brand, and you might recognise it from such cars as the 595 and the 695 Biposto. Where did the Mazda connection come from? Well, sports cars sell great for the first couple of years of their life before sales really taper off. Fiat Chrysler figured that since Mazda was spending a whole wedge of money developing the MX-5, it'd be a great idea to partner up with them to develop a sports car that's similar in concept, yet a bit different in execution. There are two main differences between the two cars. The body styling, as you can see, is a bit more bold and brash on the Abarth, and it's actually 140mm longer too. Key bits like the folding roof remain the same. It doesn't make much sense to make over something that already works perfectly well. Abarth has added its own touches to the interior of the 124, including these deep bucket seats, extra red stitching, and its own treatment on the instrument panel. If you've ever sat inside a new MX-5, you'll be pretty familiar with the surroundings though, but that's no bad thing. The other key difference is under the bonnet. The 124 uses the same multi-air 1.4 litre turbocharged engine that you'll find under the bonnet of the Abarth 595. And it makes the same 125 kilowatts and 250 newton meters of torque. There's a lack of oral theatre from the 1.4 litre turbocharged engine under the bonnet of the 124, and that's a little bit of a surprise. There is a nice deep bass note right at takeoff though, which does signal its intentions. The 124 is also fitted with Bilstein Shocks all round and Brembo brakes up front, as well as a mechanical limited slip diff between the rear wheels. These changes really help to separate the 124 from its blood relative. Where the MX-5 feels light and peppy, the 124 is more tied down and purposeful, with weightier steering and a more focused approach to performance. There's not a lot in it when it comes to real-world figures. Abarth claims that the heavier 124 can get to 100 km an hour in just 6.8 seconds, while the lighter, less powerful Mazda will do it in 7.2. It's the way that power is delivered though that makes all the difference. The 124's turbocharged engine can feel strangled at low revs before coming on strongly in the mid-range, while the Mazda's naturally aspirated engine is consistent in its delivery throughout its rev range. And while comparisons with the MX-5 are pretty much inevitable, it's clear that the Abarth 124 is going to appeal to a completely different set of prospective buyers. With similar levels of price and performance, the 124 is really going to appeal to those who had their hearts set on a 124 in the 1970s. You want to read the full review? Click right here. And don't forget to click subscribe if you want to stay on top of all of our latest videos.